everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Sanjay Prakash and I am a Microsoft certified trainer and at the same time a Microsoft MVP in business applications, working with Power Apps and Dynamics 365 with Power Platform Universe. Now today in this video I will discuss about a scenario where people are struggling with in real projects. Normally in many projects we have approval flow, isn't it, right? So let's say you are creating a record and that record must be approved or rejected, or that means you can say that the approver must take action before a timeline. If that timeline passes, you have to do some default action, right? So how you can handle, right? Because if you do not specify some timeout scenarios and handle it, then your flow will get failed. So we will do a scenario for approvals, and we'll see that how we can do it without any code. The requirement is we have a loan record here, we have many loans here, and using this model driven app you can create loan record. And my intention is whenever a new loan record is created, let's say this is the loan record that is created, and once a loan record is created, by default the status region remains as applied. Okay, now as soon as the loan record created with some loan amount, an approval email should be sent to the approver or the branch manager or loan manager, whatever you can think of, you can select in the flow, and the approval request will wait up to 3 days. If within that 3 days the approval request has not been taken action by the approver, that means my requirement is the loan record should be automatically rejected, saying that it is rejected because the approver has not taken action in time and it is timed out, right? So without throwing error, how can handle that? That is important, and many projects in our real world in Dynamics or in Power Apps we use this. Now let us start with this. How I have done this. So I have created a flow for this. So before that you need to have Outlook subscription for with you. The branch manager or the approver should have Outlook installed, and you must have created this loan entity and the app as a prerequisite in model driven apps, so that someone can create a new loan record or any type of record you can take. It's just a scenario, right? So once the record is created, the flow will call. So what trigger I have taken? Always try to take your flow inside a solution, Power App solution. So the trigger I have taken when a row is added or modified or deleted. What is the change type? So this is the trigger, database trigger, and the change type is added. That means when a new record is added only, this flow will call. What is the table name? Loan scope organization. That means this flow will trigger whenever a new loan record is added into your organization. The trigger is done. Next, I have used a approval action. This video is not for beginners. For beginners, first you need to learn what is Power Automate and what is other concepts, basic concepts. Then only you can understand this. So I have taken a approval action. You can use here, if you add an action, you can search approval, then you can use this approval, right? I have used this one, approval, and use start and wait for an approval. So this action will raise an approval request and wait up to certain time to capture the response from the approver. That's why it is start and wait for an approval. It will keep waiting for a response from the user. What if the user or approver do not respond in time? That is the main theme of this video, right? So what is the approval type I have taken? Approve, reject, first respond. That means if you have multiple approvers, anyone who responds first, the approval flow will capture the response and proceed further. So it will not wait to approve by all approvers. So you can choose any one of this. If you have not gone through the approval Power Automate actions, then you can watch my other videos. I have already prepared. In the title I have taken loan application approval request loan amount hyphen amount loan amount. So how can you get this dynamic content that is part of your trigger items? You can see here, this is the trigger item when a row is added or modified, and all the items here are part of loan record, because loan record creation triggers this. So you will get all the informations about that loan record here in this step. So you can use this, then assign to, you can provide the email ID, or you can directly type the name, so that you can, if you directly type the name, it will give you the drop down and you can choose, right? Next, details. What details you want to display in the approval request? All loans must be approved by correct authority. You can type down anything, as because the loans are sensitive, so you need to verify it properly before approval action, right? So you can specify anything here with dynamic content or other things also. If you want to define some statutory information for loan processing, you can also give it here. Next are item link. Whenever an approval request raised, normally it is best practice to give a link to the concerned or target record for which the approval is initiated for, right? So that the approver can click that link to review the record. Now how the link is formatted? The link is formatted with environment URL. I have taken a environment URL environment variable, where I have stored the link of this current environment, so that I can avoid the static value. If you click this, you will see this is a environment URL. If you have not gone through environment variable declaration, you can go to my blog subscribe.com and search how this environment variables are created and used in Power Automate. I have created this environment URL and given the current value. See, so this is my environment URL with main.aspx. I want to open an entity form, so you need to have this URL, your environment URL and your main.aspx. So this information I am reading here as environment variable, and you can get it here from the dynamic content. Then question mark, page type equal to entity record, ampersand ent equal to your entity name, then @ID and ampersand ID equal to loan record. This loan record, loan and unique identifier or loan ID is available in this step, so you can get it from your dynamic panel here, dynamic content. This is the unique identifier, so I have assigned it here. Then item to item link address. So this link will be triggered whenever this message will be clicked. So what should be the caption of your link? You can define here, link to loan record to verify. Okay, you can define here. Now what is the important thing? Once the approval step raised an approval request and keep waiting, how much time it will wait, you have to define here. Go to settings, and here you have to define the timeout duration. If you want to make an approval request to be timed out within 3 days, you have to write down PT3D, so that it will automatically time out. That means the approval request will time out after 3 days if it has not been taken action. So I cannot take 3 days right now because I am showing you a demo, right? It's a video I want to show you. So I have taken only 1 minute. So 1 minute is PT1M. For days you have to specify D instead of M, right? So within 1 minute, if the approval request has not been taken action, the approval request or this approval step will be timed out. This step will be timed out. It will not keep waiting anymore after 1 minute. Now what it will do if after 1 minute it will time out, or 3 days it will time out. I have taken a step next. If it is timeout, that means if the approval request has not been taken action in time specified, what it will do, I want to update loan. What I want to update? I want to update loan record with approvals comment as rejected due to timeout, as approver not taken action. This is the approval comment field, and status I am updating active and status region rejected. Now this update record, this is updating as rejected because approver not taken action. So when this step will be executed, this step should be executed whenever this previous approval step will be timed out. Otherwise I don't want to update as rejected, right? If the approver taken action and approved the loan, this should not be called this update row. So you have to specify that. Where you have to specify? You have to specify in the configure run after option of this step. What should be the configure run after? That means this update row step should only be called whenever this approval step is timed out. I have already given timeout operation here, right? In the settings, it will time out after 1 minute, right? Now once it is timeout, then this will the update loan record will be called. That's why it is run configure after has timed out this approval step. You have to configure this, otherwise it will not work. So update row will only be called to make the loan record rejected if this is timeout. But if this is not timeout, that means within the specified timeout, if the approver taken action, then this will not be called. That's why the important thing of configure run after. So what will happen if the approver taken action before the timeout? This step will be skipped. Okay, this step will not be executed. That's why the condition we have given, configure run after only if this is timed out. Now there is another step. What if the approver has taken action within the timeout? Then I have specified this one, apply for each loop. What this step will only execute if configure run after, if the update row, if the previous row has skipped. If it is skipped, that means when it will skip, this will skip if the approver taken action before the approval request timed out, right? This will be executed whenever this approval step is timed out and not taken action in time. So this after apply for each loop, which will do some task, will only be called whenever this update row is skipped. That means approver is taking action before time. Now what I have done in the apply for each loop, I want to check all the responses captured in this approval request, because you might have multiple approvers and multiple approvers might have multiple responses. So I am checking all approvers response through apply to each loop, and then I am checking a condition. If response is equal to approve, this is the response value and this is the list of responses captured, and one by one I am checking the condition if the response is approved. If the response is equal to approve, what I want to do, I have two conditions, if yes, if no. If it is approved, what I want to do, I want to update the loan. Approval comment is the response comment, which is already available in the approval request, and the status active and approved. So I am approving, I am updating the loan record as approved because the response captured as approved, and I am also giving the response, approval response from the approver. Next, if it is not approved, I am rejecting. You see response captured, and here I am using active rejected, right? The most important thing is the configuring run after for this 2 steps and configuring timeout for this step. This is important. This is the theme of this video. Okay, now let us test this. Okay, I'll go here, try to create a new loan record. So let me use personal loan, let's say 3 lakhs, tenure let's say 24 months, interest rate 11%, personal loan for Amit, and I can save and close. So as soon as I save and close, this is the record, right? And this record's status region is applied, right? And there is no approval comment because the approval stage has not been completed. I'll go here to check in my Outlook if I received any email or not for approval. I will get that email shortly, because once the flow will run, I will get a approval email. I'm expecting the mail soon. You can check the status of the flow also by going to the flow details. I can refresh it. Now it is running. See, now once it is running, it is sending the approval email. You see, I got the application approval email, loan application approval request for loan amount 3 lakhs, and here it is given who is requested and date created and link to loan record, right? Now if you click this link to loan record, it will open the specified loan record that has been created, if I have access to read this in Dynamics, so that approver can check this. Now the approver is not taking action, right? He can take action here by approving or rejecting, but let's say I am the approver and I don't take action within 1 minute. So what it will do, the flow will time out in 1 minute, and if I'll check the status, I will refresh this. You see, now the status is showing rejected, and rejected due to approver not taken action. Why? Because within 1 minute the record has been, the approval request has been timed out and it is updated as rejected. Now if you check the flow, you can refresh it, and if you check the flow last running status, you will see what happened. You see, this approval request is timed out. You see, action timed out, timeout while waiting the webhook call. Now as because this is timed out within 1 minute, this step executed, which updates the loan record as rejected with a rejection reason or approval comment, and this step is not executed. Why this step is not executed? Because the condition of this step execution is whenever this step update a row step is skipped, but this is not skipped, this is executed. Now this is one scenario. What is the next scenario? If the approver take action in time, what will happen? Let us go and create one loan record for approval scenario, so that user take action immediately. Let's say Amit loan. I can save it. Now initially the status will be applied, right? Now after some minute, when I will get the approval email, I will try to approve it. Let us refresh and see if I am getting an email or not. I should get a new approval email. This is the old email. right? Now I have received the email, and here I can approve. Let's say okay, I am okay with loan, and click on submit. Now once I have submitted as a approver by giving a comment and approved this request, what it will do, the loan record is now it is applied, but if you refresh, now it is showing as approved. You see, it is approved and the comment is okay, I am okay with loan. And if you check the run history of the last run, you can understand which steps are executed. Now here this update row is skipped. Why this is skipped? Because this step is not timed out. This step executed successfully within time limit, and this step, that's why skipped. And the second step, apply for each loop to check the approval response is executed. You understood the handling the timeout scenarios in approvals. Like that, someone can reject also. Okay, if in the time limit, if the approver will reject, it will also update as rejected. I hope you understand the scenario, configuring run after, and configuring the timeouts, and using approval flow from Dataverse. Thank you everyone. I hope it will help you in your projects. See you next time.